what is drawing us to those relationships is our childhood patterning. It's codependency, but it's childhood patterning. And so it didn't matter what people came to me for, it would nearly always be rooted in childhood. And even if it wasn't, we still dissolve it the same way. So that's where I started to actually shift and specialize in a child trauma. And that's what I'm years and years later, 12,000 hours later, I'm still doing exactly that because it really does seem to sit at the core of whatever is going on in adulthood.
Yeah. And I think what people misunderstand about it, or when they try to compare it to other maybe traditional avenues like therapy, is that this doesn't take years of you going into inner child stuff to start to feel better. Even just one session can make a difference in your nervous system regulating a little bit more and having more calmness. And I think, can you speak to timelines for it? Because I know there's a lot of people that listen that are suffering. They've been suffering for years. They've been trying therapy. They've been trying all the books and all the podcasts, and they still feel stuck, maybe even for decades.
Yeah, great question. And you are so right. If you need to be using tools and a modality that is going to take you to the core. That is the problem. When we're going around and around in circles and we're listening to the podcast, we're reading the books, most of my clients have spent years and years in therapy, and they've had some movement, but within weeks, they have completely cleared what they couldn't clear in years of therapy. Yeah. So the difference really here is, I believe, is the way that we're doing our work, is the modality that we're using, and it needs to get to the actual origin. And in most cases, like you, my clients will actually, the relief is, it's enduring for starters, but basically it's usually in the first session, but definitely within 2, you will absolutely experience a very tangible shift. And I would say, if you're not experiencing that within like 2 weeks, then possibly the modality that's being used or the way that the work is being done is not actually going deep enough. And that's not to slight what anybody else is doing. It's just something that I see. And by the sounds of things, you probably are having a similar experience.
Yeah, one session, they have these ahas and they can start to connect dots. Because I get a lot of intellectualizers where therapy stops working for them because they've talked it in circles, and they can connect all the dots of why they are the way that they are. But a lot of my work goes into the somatics as well, with breath work and whatnot, to really, again, that nervous system regulation. And when you can, like, that childhood stuff is what's locked in your body. To me, I define trauma as whatever's left in your body. It's not the event, it's what's left in your nervous system. And so when, like you said, get to the root of it in childhood, then your nervous system, your body's protective mechanisms can let it go and not hold on to it out of protection.
100%.